We've got an offer accepted. Not easy to do. And I'm so happy for you. First thing we want to do is have you meet Sherry, because you've either talked to her or you will talk to her. So I'm having Sherry come in and say hello. This is Sherry Dastrup, my assistant.
Hello.
And she helps us throughout the entire process. Sherry's going to send you some do's and don'ts and tips and tricks and things that we want to prepare for as you are purchasing a home. She's also going to send you the same information I'm telling you now, so you'll have it in duplicate. Please read it. It's good to know. Very first thing, please don't go buy anything. Don't spend any money unless you've talked to your lender, because that can trip up an entire loan process. So be really careful about what you do during escrow. And escrow is that time that you've had an offer accepted and closing. In between there, that's escrow. So we'll open up escrow with the title company. We'll get your earnest money. Sherry will set all that up. We'll have a runner, or we'll do whatever we need to do, wire, and we'll get that money over to title so that they can start their work. And their work is going to be preparing the documents and the transfer of properties. We will also have an inspection period that we've negotiated. Sometimes those are 5 days. Most of the time we try to get them as close to 10 days as possible. In that time, that's your due diligence period. That's the time that you make sure this is the right home for you. Whether you need to do research on what school it is or how far away it is from your work, whatever it is, that's our time. Because at the end of that time period, we submit, after doing a formal inspection with an inspector, usually a termite and a home inspection and a pool if they have a pool, we submit that information that we want to have the seller repair, along with any of that other information that you've discovered. And it is important to note that if we send that notice to the sellers prior to the end of that time period, it's over. So when we send that notice saying this is what we want done, your inspection period's over. So that's a really important time. We'll discuss all of that and I'll walk you through it all, but wanted to let you know about the inspection period. After that, your lender will typically order an appraisal, and the appraiser takes sometimes 5 to 10 days. There are things at that point that your lender is going to need from you: financials, information on your work history, all of that. Please get that to your lender as soon as possible. That will help a lot in that process. The other thing we want you to do is make sure you get utilities scheduled to go on, and make sure you get homeowners insurance. Those are two important factors that we remember, and we usually schedule those the day of closing. Then the week before closing, we'll be in touch with your lender. We'll be making sure that we have all of the information, that the documents are going through, that we have it clear to close, that you've signed a closing disclosure. Very important, because you can't sign your closing documents until you've signed a closing disclosure, and there has to be a 3-day waiting period. So really important that you sign that closing disclosure. And then we'll also make sure that Sherry will set up the signing. We'll make sure all of that's in place. We always encourage a final walkthrough. Final walkthrough is usually 1 to 3 days prior to closing. The inspection requested items should be done by then. So we go through the home to make sure those items are done and that the home's in the same condition as the day we put the offer in and got it accepted. And then your home will fund, and that means your lender has sent your funds over to the title company, and the title company will send out the warranty deed to the county recorder's office to record. You can't get your keys till we record, not your home till we record. That's an important part of that process as well. Those are kind of the quickies of what we do for when we've had a buyer contract accepted. And if you have any questions, you always can call us. All right, we'll go get her done.